The courts ruled in favor of Enhle Mbali, granting her the relief sought. The customary marriage was declared valid and in community of property. The ANC was invalidated and Nkosinathi Maphumulo aka Black Coffee was ordered to pay spousal maintenance. Antenuptial contract invalidated. The court also struck down the antenuptial contract signed in 2017, citing that Mbali was misled and lacked legal advice. The contract could not override the default property regime of their customary marriage. This landmark ruling highlights the importance of protecting women's rights in customary marriages. Now, I'm just going to quickly give my opinion on this. I honestly believe that Enhle Mbali deserves every cent that she's getting out of this divorce settlement with her former husband. Now, I read the comments, and a lot of people are like, some people, they're not supporting this, obviously, but that's okay. I honestly believe that she deserves it. This person was not only a wife of Black Coffee, this person was also a mother of his 2 kids. So I honestly think that she deserves every cent that she got from this divorce settlement, So looking at this, and when I looked at this antenuptial contract, I did not know what antenuptial contract is about, what it was about. Now I had to go and Google it. I'm just going to put it on the screen. Common types of marriage contract, And it says that this antenuptial contract is similar to a prenup signed before marriage. But this antenuptial contract was signed in 2017. These people got married I think it was 2011 or something. But I'm just going to look. But they got married long time ago. So it seems like Black Coffee made her to sign this antenuptial contract that is similar to a prenup, but a prenup is signed before marriage. But somehow he got her to sign this antenuptial contract in 2017. They were already married. The way I look at it, it seems like the guy was planning a safe exit for his asset. That's what I think about this. I think Black Coffee knew that one day Enhle would get enough of would just have enough of the way he treats her, the infidelity. I just think that he knew that one day Enhle would walk out. So the way that this antenuptial contract was introduced in 2017, it just further shows that he was protecting his exit and the safety of his assets, so that Enhle Mbali does not get a hold of his assets as well as his money. So I'm really happy for Enhle Mbali and what she's getting out of this divorce settlement. She deserves every cent, So when I looked at it, I just backtracked a little bit. Let's be frank. We didn't know who Black Coffee was. I'm just going to speak for myself. And I know there are people who are like me. I did not know who DJ Black Coffee was. It was not until he got married to Enhle Mbali. Now, Enhle Mbali is was not only DJ Black Coffee's wife. Enhle Mbali is an actress. So we know her from our screens, She's an actress as well as a fashion designer. So we knew her way back from soapies like Chisa. If you know Chisa, you know Enhle Mbali, So at that time, a lot of people loved Enhle Mbali. We loved her. So that's the person we knew. So at that time, Enhle Mbali was a well-known public figure because we've seen her in our screens. But as for Black Coffee, we did not know who he was up until he got married to Enhle Mbali. So I honestly feel like Enhle Mbali contributed a lot to the success of DJ Black Coffee. Obviously, we're not going to discredit the man's hard work to build his career, but I honestly feel like Enhle Mbali did play a role into his success. Hence the reason why I say that Enhle Mbali deserves every cent that is coming out of that divorce settlement, you know. So there was a benefit. It's always a benefit to get married to a well-known public figure. So that did gain him favor, a huge following, and that's how we got to know him. That's why I'm just saying that him getting married to Umbalenhle did play a big role into the success of his career. So he got married to this girl that we know from our screens that we love. We also got interested into knowing him, you know. So the public fame, it came with that. When Enhle Mbali came into his life, the public fame, everything, it came with her. So that's how a lot of us got to know him. Maybe some people knew him, but for me, I did not know him up until he got married to Enhle Mbali. It made it to the news, magazines, because Enhle Mbali is a well-known public figure, you know. So it got everywhere. So I honestly believe that Enhle Mbali did play a huge role into the success of his career, you know. And when I was looking at it, I also realized that in marriage, I don't believe that it's 50-50, you know. When you get into marriage, especially for women, like we can not compare the role that a man plays and as well as the role that a woman plays. I honestly believe that the roles are very different. And I believe that Enhle Mbali sacrificed a lot for her marriage to work, for her husband, for her family, and her kids. There was some time when Enhle Mbali is an actress, right? There was a time where she was not in our screens. I believe that time it's when she relocated to overseas to take care of her family, be with her husband, you know, start a life there. So there was a time that she was not in our screens, you know, and it was up until that the whole divorce thing started, and then she started coming back to our screens. So I'm assuming that there was a time she had to pause her life, her career, to prioritize her husband as well as her kids. So some might say, but if you're a mother, it does not mean that you have to stop working. If you are a wife, it does not necessarily mean you have to stop working. But let's be frank here. The same energy that you can have when you are not married and when you are married with kids, those two energies are different. The energy you have when you're not married, you're all alone, you're a career-driven woman, it's different from what the energy that you will have when you're a mother and a wife, you know. And as women, we make a lot of sacrifices for marriages to work. That's not to say marriage is a bad thing, but you get the point. As women, we sacrifice a lot, you know. Let me just count the responsibilities to just be fair. As a woman, let's say you get married, you go to work, because some guys these days are like, I want a working woman. Okay, fine, sharp. You are working, you are married, you have to come back home. You have a responsibility of cooking for this person. You have to cook for this person, clean, satisfy this person. Let's say you have kids, you have to take care of kids, you have to take them to school, you have to bath them, you have to be in your peak performance in the bedroom, you know. That's just a lot. And especially, let's say a child gets sick at the middle of the night. The father's not going to wake up and go tend to the kids. It's the mother who's going to wake up and go attend the kid. So you see that the responsibility that women have or get when they get married is far different from that of a man. A man goes to work, he comes back, he pays the bills, he provides, maybe part-time, take care of the kids. And that's like, there's no long list of responsibilities for a man. So it's very different. Marriage is not a 50-50 thing. It's sometimes 70-30. It's sometimes 60-40. It's sometimes maybe 50-50. But it's not always in that constant rate or percent of 50-50. So I honestly believe that in the performance of Mbalenhle, her career just dropped significantly. Sorry. But you just can see that her career did take a wild turn when she was having her second child. The responsibilities were too much. You just could tell. There was a time she had to sacrifice certain things. I do remember that she did continue with her inch as a fashion designer. As she was designing maternity clothes, she did continue that, but it was not the same. So in order for marriage to work, there are certain sacrifices that you have to make. And I honestly believe that Enhle Mbali did make those sacrifices for DJ Black Coffee to be where he is now. Imagine if the tables were turned and Enhle Mbali was just focusing on her career and just being a career woman and had these children and said, Black Coffee, take care of your children. I am a career driven woman. I'm not going to take care of the kids. Where would DJ Coffee be? If we're being frank, he would not be a Grammy Award winner. He would not be as big as he is now. So I honestly believe that Enhle sacrificed a lot for DJ Black Coffee to be where he is. Obviously, I'm not going to discredit DJ Coffee's hard work, sweat, and everything. He did play a role in his career, a huge one. But I also believe that there was a push in his life that Enhle did. So I am just happy for her. She has kids to take care of. She has bills to pay, and that's a permanent thing. So the way I see it, DJ Black Coffee was with this antenuptial contract. I think he was really trying to secure his assets. He knew that this ship was sinking, and apparently, allegedly, to be on the safe side, it was rumored that there was infidelity and trust issues in their marriage. So you just can see that there was a lot that was happening. I remember Enhle Mbali breaking down in one of her videos that she was making, just telling it all, narrating how she experienced all of this, how it broke her, how it had a huge hit, bad one on her marriage. She did voice that out. You just could see she was crying, like most of the time she was crying on her videos. So this, I think she deserves it, really deserves it. And I just hope that as women, we kind of really sit down with ourselves, especially when we take the big step that is of getting married to someone. You have to know that your performance is not going to be the same. I don't care how supportive your husband is, but there are certain things that are going to be sacrificed. Marriage comes with a cost. So I honestly would want you guys to really consider that, and really ask yourself, am I willing to take this big step of my life? Because it changes everything. You got to be a wife. You already have responsibilities. And you're going to be a mother. So that's another responsibility. So I really would wish for women out there to really consider that and put themselves first and do a self-introspection and see that, are you willing to take this step? Are you okay with the changes? Are you okay with everything that's going to happen, before you take that step? Marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Marriage, it secures you. It gives you a security, that sense of security as a woman, and it's good for you, for your kids. It's also good for you as a person. You don't have to be gallivanting all around. So it protects you from a lot of things. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It was designed by God. So I'm just articulating the obvious. It's better to be aware of what you're putting yourself into than just running into it and quickly running out of it, But that's it for today, guys. Do let me know what you think in the comment section.